Hello, in this point, I would actually want us to see how we can use the HLOOKUP exact match to return the prices for these items here in these different states. So in my case here, I have the item to be the laptop, and I would actually want to return the price of laptop in Florida. You can actually check that the price is actually equivalent to $12.59 US. But how do we actually use the HLOOKUP so that we can return that? Very simple. So before we actually dive into that, subscribe to this YouTube channel and also follow me on this X account so that you can build one of the largest Excel platforms online. And let's actually dive in. It's equivalent to HLOOKUP like that. Open it. It will ask you for the lookup value. The lookup value will actually be Florida. Why are we actually picking the lookup value to be Florida? It's actually Florida because you can actually check that the states have been arranged horizontally, and it's actually on the top. It's actually on the topmost row of this table array. So remember, the lookup value has to be on the topmost row of the table array. So this is now my table array. So the next one is actually the table array. Now you can actually check that Florida, which is actually on I-16 here, is on the topmost row of the table array. Yeah. Now, which row are you actually returning? Row index number. I'm actually returning for the second row. That's actually for the laptop. The top one for the states is actually row number 1. The second one is actually for the laptops. So I'm actually returning row number 2, and it's actually an exact match. So double click on it like that, and it's actually false. Then you actually close, just like that. So in this point here, the state is actually Florida, and you are returning the price of a laptop, and it has to be $12.59 US, just like that, $12.59 US. And on this point too, you can use the quotations instead of using Florida. That's the cell reference in Florida. You can just remove that cell reference and have Florida, just like that. Then you close the quotation. Hit enter on the keyboard, and you have $12.59 US. So you can actually check that it's not case sensitive. Florida in small cases is actually equivalent to Florida in upper cases, just like that. So basically, that's how you can use the HLOOKUP to return the price of an item when you have been given the different states. That's the prices in the different states, and you would actually want to identify the price in a given state. Remember, at this point here, you cannot actually use the lookup value to be equivalent to the laptop. Yes, you cannot use the lookup value to be equivalent to the laptop. The only point where you have to use the lookup value to be equivalent to the laptop is when you are dealing with the VLOOKUP. Yes, and it will actually get you the same result. So before we actually check on that, I would actually want to bring you to this point here. So in this case here, you can actually check that I'm dealing with the designing of the templates and managing the templates. I can design for you a template and manage it for you every month at just $50. And in this point too, you can also ask me to design for you the templates. Let's say, for example, the business dashboard, the personal finance templates, the inventory templates, the reporting templates, the HR templates, the sales performance templates, all those kinds of templates. And these are the prices: $19, $12, $17, $22, $19, $15. Very favorable. So you can also ask me to design for you these templates, or you can actually book for this monthly retainer that goes at $50. I design and manage it for you every month at $50. On this case too, you can also get me all the projects so that I can also do them for you. So if you are running a business and you would actually want to obtain the dashboards and the charts, the automation, the pivot tables and the models, the Power BI, the financial forecast, and the templates management, I will only charge you $550 per month. So I'll be doing all this work for you at $550 a month. So get me the project so that I can help you solve the problem. And you can also let me have this one-time task. Let's say, for example, designing the dashboards, the data analysis and insights, the AI automation and smart macros, AI enhanced Power BI reports. The prices are ranging from $150 all the way to $300. Very favorable indeed. And the biggest deal of all is you accessing my courses on the Google Drive account. So I have all these courses on Microsoft Excel inside the Google Drive account, and I'll actually get you the access or grant you the access at just $100. And when the website is actually back, all these courses will actually be going at $945. But I can actually get you a deal so that you can access all these courses at just $100. When the site is back, you won't actually lose the access for these courses because you will also be added to the site. Yes. And remember, the access is actually lifetime. So one-time payment, lifetime access. So to actually reach me out, this is actually my email. Reach me out for the projects, reach me out for the templates, and also reach me out for the courses so that you can talk business. And let me also show you how we can actually obtain the same price. But in this point here, I will be showing you how you can obtain the same value by using the VLOOKUP. Remember, we are actually measuring on the HLOOKUP. Remember, we are actually measuring on the HLOOKUP, but I know you are actually asking yourself, what if we actually used the laptop to be the lookup value? So let's actually check what happens when you actually use the VLOOKUP. Will you actually get the same thing? So let's actually go. So it's equivalent to VLOOKUP like that. You open the lookup value has to be the laptop. So I'll actually open the quotation laptop. It's actually case insensitive, comma, the table array. So this is basically my table array, comma, it will ask me for the column index number. We are returning for Florida. So this is column number 1 for the items, column number 2 for California, column number 3 for Illinois, column number 4 for Massachusetts, column number 5 for New York City, column number 6 for Florida. So column number 6 for Florida, I'm obtaining an exact match. Double click on exact, it's actually false or a 0. Close it, enter on the keyboard. I'll expect to have $12.59 US dollars. $12.59 US dollars. So when